Morning, welcome back to the channel. We have got some more erosion. This time I'm on the right hand side of the field. Before I was over the back, over the hill, over the other side. I haven't finished that yet because that rained like mad yesterday and everything I moved was just turning to mush. So I've stacked it up like I'm stacking up behind me, just so I can dry out a bit, and then we're going to put them back in the gullies. But up on this one, it's a little bit different. I don't know if you can see in the distance. I'll try and zoom in a minute. But where the bedwork finishes up there, it then drops down half a foot, and then it slopes. Believe it or not, it slopes like that, and then goes down into a deep gully here, and then it goes back up and across. And all of that has got to be made up all the way through and up to where the trees are. So that is the plan. I'm now scraping up where it's all washed down to the bottom here, and then cart it all back up the top there, relay it, track it in, put a load of topsoil over it, and hopefully the field is back to how it should be. But right, we'll carry on scraping up some of this sandy stuff, or bracken land, which you can see there, that's over a foot thick there, and I'm actually sat on the thickest part. So right, we'll scrape up and do some more. Right, so like I say, this one's probably going to be a bit more like the last video, just scraping up and getting back down to original topsoil again. I really can't believe how much stuff has moved from here. It is madness. I've had to scrape up from over the back there, all the way along this track, all the way down to where it goes into the wood. I've still got to scrape the rest of the track up that goes out the bottom near the road there, because it is all just washed up. It's horrendous. But I'm sure we will get there in the end. It looks drastic to start off with, but it'll be worth it in the long run. And the whole idea of putting this all back is I'm going to change the geometry of the field slightly so that the water doesn't run against the bedwork. We're going to try and have it run into the grass strip, and then the grass strip should stop the soil erosion, because believe it or not, where the grass is, that hasn't eroded. So that is the plan, is to build it up enough that it shoves it across there and stops all this erosion. Yes, there is a bit of topsoil in this stuff, but I can't be off it. The land changes so much here because it's on a hell of a slope. And this stuff is packed in tight, so it's hard to sort of find out where the topsoil is. Got a run pile of stuff here already. Well, we've got several piles. The dumper should be here around about 10 o'clock time. That's the time I've told him to come here. And then they'll give me a chance just to scrape this up, most of this up, and get it ready. But I'm going to carry on scraping this out, and I will come back to you once the dumper turns up. We start loading the dumper up. Right, so far I've scraped all that off, all round here, and now we're just going to load these piles away. I've got plenty of stuff here, and I've still got to work my way up the field as well. So we'll get these piles shifted, and then it'll all be a case of levelling out and scraping out. Just track this little bit in. Alright, let's load these dumpers up then. I keep saying these. Load the dumper up. I'm going to try and make a bit of a platform up here, I think, if this will hold me up. I don't know if it will or not. It's fairly wet stuff, but I'm going to try and make a platform to sit on. The reason for that is it makes it easier for loading. Right, we'll make this platform. Alright, make a bit of a ramp to get up there. Hopefully this will hold the weight of the digger. I don't know if it will or not because it is fairly wet and sandy stuff. There'll be one way to find out. that is by trying to get up here. Right, let's see what happens. Hang on, I'll get rid of that hump there in case the track sits on that. Let's sit on level. Which is going up all right. She's still going up. And roll over. There we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Right. I really don't like loading these cab dumpers. The simple fact is, look, the bucket gets so close to the cab to be able to get a full load on a dumper. But it's all gravy, baby. That's better. Twist the old tracks. Sink my way down. There we go. Beautiful. Right, I'm going to carry on loading the dumper up. You can probably, I don't know if you can see the gorge in there or not that's been cut out. You see what I mean about the land does that. So it all needs to be filled level. And that should push the water over towards the hedge first before it comes onto here. But right, I'm going to carry on for a little bit and I will come back to you when these piles get a little bit smaller. Well, that's it for this side of the field. This is all done. Well, not all done, but the stuff has all been moved. And yeah, just tap these bits of grass in. There. This last little bit, and then we'll go across the other side and just get rid of that last 100 ton. And then I can off-hire the dumper, you see, and then I can concentrate on the digger work. We're now going back to the first bit I've done. You can see the way I've sculpted that out, all out there. That is now the proper natural lay of the land, and that looks right. Whereas before that went like that and then it come back up and it was humped. But now it's not. So the water will come down, flow, go into the woodland and disperse in the woodland properly instead of washing everything down. I've still got to level all the piles out which are up there, that's where the dumper is now. We've just got to get rid of another 100 ton out of here, which is that pile there. That ain't 100 ton there, it's probably 60 ton there. Get rid of that, and then yeah, then I'm going to start sculpting all this and leveling out where the dumper was. Right, so this is over the other side of the field. So that there, that's not the finished product. That is just all the sand and everything else I'm putting back into that real deep trench that I show you, where that had been eroded out. I've put all this stuff back in. So I've put all that stuff back in. I've tracked it in. I've still got, I've only done what, 30 metres there. I've still got a long way to go right up to the top there. But I've done this bit first. That's all the subsoil tracked back in. Then I'll go to that side of the hedge, or against this side of the hedge, pull the topsoil back to sort of halfway. Then I'll go to the field and bring some of that topsoil back as well. That way it makes all of the water, instead of coming down the inside of the field along this boundary of chives, that'll shove it towards the hedge and run down beside the hedge, which is grass, and the grass will stop the soil erosion. So that is the plan. As you look there, I know it looks like it's running back at the minute, but by the time I take that topsoil off there and build up here, all that water that runs off this field edge will keep running down, running down, running down, and they'll go against the hedge there and run down the hedge. And then I'll put a bit of a swellway against that hedge to take the water. And then that swellway is having a load of grass seed chucked on it. And then that'll be what holds the soil together and stops it washing out. That is the plan. See if it works. Don't forget though, like, share, subscribe. Right, that is all the dumper work done. Done and dusted. So I've now got the job of levelling everything out. That's all that I'm left with after all them piles of stuff, which I'll level that out. Then where the dumper is now is what I've got left to level out all the way up, and the other side of the field as well. But I can do that myself, I don't need a dumper here. So the whole object of this was get that stuff moved as quick as we can, and then we can off-hire the dumper, so that's one extra cost cut down. So technically I only used the dumper for 2 days. Right, slight change of plan. I was going to show you tomorrow on the next video how I'm levelling out. But basically what I'm doing is I'm going the wrong way. I really want to start up the top there, but I'm just filling out this afternoon. So what I'm doing is I'm just knocking them piles roughly in the low, in that gully that was caused. Just knock that pile in there, roughly track it in. Then I'll roughly strip that off, track it in again. Then on the way back up, I'm roughly giving it the camber that it needs. So that is going down. There's only about that much topsoil going to go on, about 4 to 6 inches of topsoil literally on this end. So what I'm doing is roughly 6 inches down off the bed, going across with a slight fall that way. I'm left with all that topsoil and up against the hedge and what have you, and I'll dig down there, put a bit of a ditch in, and all that topsoil and that will then come back over this side and fill that in. So that is what I'm doing at the minute, and that is how I do it. That's all I can do, and I just hope to God once the topsoil's in there and the grass is established, that holds it in and stops it washing out. But literally this stuff is like subsoil and topsoil mix, what I'm dragging with me now. But right, so you can see this side is slightly deeper than that side, and I'm just pulling it through roughly like that. So I can still see the sand is there. Give it another little pull. Just on the edge there you can see the topsoil underneath, so that is perfect there. And then I'll follow this one. I'll just take all this off the top first. So take all this loose off, and then what I'll do is follow it from here. Follow that side, and it's got a slight fall on it that way. This is all going to get tracked in a minute, so it hasn't got to be spot on, but it just makes it easier if it is. Like that. Look at that, beautiful, 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 beautiful. Right, so now I'll go back on here and I'll strip this rough edge off and keep working my way that way. And that's all there is to it, really. But right, I'll do a proper video. I promise I will do a proper video on all of this tomorrow. and I'll set you outside on the machine while I'm grading off in bits and pieces. I shall see you on the next one. Stay safe, see you soon, bye bye. Well, that would be a change of plan now then. That was meant to be the end of the video, and I said I might show you a bit of the lorry on the next video, but I've now got to go to Dad's, pick the lorry up and take to G&G services to have the tipping gear looked at, because the tipping gear has suddenly stopped working. So they're going to do that because they've got to do the tracking as well. When they put the new ball joint ends on, the steering wheel doesn't sit straight. So while he's doing that, he's going to have a look at my tipping gear for me as well. But right, let's get to the lorry, get it started up and get it to G&G's before 6 o'clock tonight. All good fun. Love it. Yeah, another late night. Go, go, go. Get this lorry there. So right, I'm now walking to the lorry. Start it up, do my quick walk round checks, make sure everything's all right. Get it there. Yeah. Right, let's get this lorry started. Right, we'll just do a quick walk round check. Make sure she's all good and ready to go. Yeah. Right, I better do this and get it sorted. So I'll be back to you in a second. Right, so like I say, I've got to take the old girl to G&G's. It's got to have the tipping gear looked at because for some reason it's engaging but it's not pressurising up. So it's going to be something so silly like a wire or something's come off. But yeah, now we're ready to go. I did put some new lights on the back of the lorry as well. I'll show you that. Because it's a pain when you're trying to reverse up to a trailer at night. So I literally put these on the other day and I'll show you. Look at them. Make all the difference, don't it? Oh, you can see me. Hi. Yeah. Right. We're nearly ready for the off. Make sure my greens are on. Yeah. We're all good. She needs a wash. But she ain't getting that yet. Right. Let's get going. Need to get going. Really need to get going. Right, I'll catch you in a second. Do some driving then. Well, not driving, it's only go and drop it off. Just get out of here. Right, so I'm going to get the G&G's and then drop it off, let them look at it, and then that is it. But right, I'm not going to bore you with the journey there and everything else, so we shall see you on the next one. Stay safe, adios amigos.